Yes, politics, if you ask me, but also connected to the fact that people are not prepared to respect differences. And don't shove your opinion down my throat, please. Let me address how I want. I will care for you, I will contribute towards your success, but I'm not going to remove my clothing. Thank you very much. I promise you. My sisters, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to dress decently. You know why? There is peer pressure and pressure of societies and communities. I started off by congratulating those who create content that is positive. I started off by congratulating them because for the content that puts pressure on you to behave like it, you end up doing things that you don't realize are actually silly at times. Very silly. Where did you get it from? I got it from the phone, on social media. Surely we should be investing in those who are doing the right thing. That's why I say, anytime you are on social media and you see a good post, interact with it. Because the algorithm works in a way that the more interactions, the more that post will be viewed. So you like it, you forward it, you comment, even if you just put a little heart. Good teaching. You get a reward, you contribute towards communities development in the true sense. What's the point of having people who are maybe earning, but they have no values, not at all? So they will not be content, they will not be happy, they have no God in their equation at all. Because once you remove God from the equation, your hereafter is cancelled. It's cancelled. To put Allah in your equation is very important. I said a few days ago in a speech in another country that if someone were to ask you, is Allah in your equation? The correct answer is, Allah is my equation. That's the answer. Allah is my equation. Everything else is by the way. We are here to tell you to live in harmony. We are here to tell you to empower others and you will be empowered. We are here to tell you to live together with one another in a way that you care for each other. You know, Islam gives great importance to the neighbor. So much so that the Prophet, peace be upon him, says, the companion said that he was speaking so much. No, the Prophet, peace be upon him, says that when angel Jibreel came to him and spoke so much about the rights of the neighbor that he actually said, I thought he might say, when you die, some of your wealth needs to go to your neighbor. I'm not talking to, at times it's worth paying the price. It's worth paying the price, I don't mind. Threatened to lose the job, I lost it, no problem, let me go. Guess what happened? I told you, there was a sister who lost the job because of that hijab. That's where we were, the story, remember? She started online doing something, and this is one example of many. Sometime later she told me, you know what, I've made so much of money, more than a salary that I would ever have gotten, and at the moment we have business upon business upon business. I was talking to Brother Wael about another sister who started selling hijabs, and she has a multi-million-dollar business. In how long? Short time, right? Wow. Without even mentioning who she is, okay, let's leave it. But it's a multi-million-dollar business in such a short time. What did she do? She started selling things online and it went on to stores and so much more. You know what? You can do it. You need to be determined. You need to be focused. You need to keep trying. You need to contribute. Maybe in Uganda and in Zimbabwe, it might not be that a certain type of technologically advanced sale may work, but in whatever way it's working, let it work. Here in our country, sometimes maybe online sales might not be working as much as other countries, but at least you can advertise on TikTok, you can advertise somewhere on social media, they will see your product, and who are you? You are a person who hasn't even come out of your house. You could be. And how much did you make? You made millions, subhanAllah. You could have. By the way, not in shillings, in dollars. May Allah bless you and your nation, and your economy and your country. May Allah Almighty grant you peace and stability. Peace and stability is a favor of the Almighty that He has bestowed upon those who care for it. And if you want to care for it, let me tell you what needs to be done. You need to respect each other with your differences. That's when you will have peace and stability. If you don't respect each other with your differences, look at the example of what has happened in other places where they started bickering and hating each other. In this country, there are people from all walks of life. No one can actually look down upon the other and insult without being a fool themselves. If you love your nation, you need to know I'm different. I belong to another faith. But I will not say a word that is belittling to a person who's following a different faith altogether, even though I disagree. وَلَا تَسُبُّوا الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ فَيَسُبُّوا اللَّهَ عَدْوًا بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. Here is the Quran talking to you, telling you, do not insult those who are calling out to deities besides Allah, besides God Almighty, because they will then insult you as a result or mock at you as a result, and it will create chaos. Who created the chaos? The foolishness of the one who thought he was right so he could mock at others. As much as I have seen people of other faiths come and mock at the Muslims, look at the comment section on some of the posts that emerge in some beautiful nations. It is worth concern. It is a worthy, meaning it is a matter of concern where we see comments of people who say these people are Satanists, they worship the devil, they do this. What are these people? Wallahi, we are teaching goodness, purity, harmony, coexistence, love, peace, stability, security, growth. What else are we teaching? Have we come to this nation to preach any hatred? Never. Have we come to any nation to preach that you should fight with one another? No way. We are honorable people who will come and tell you, please, let's live all together as humankind, because we need to celebrate the difference and at the same time discuss it if it may be in a respectful, honorable manner. But I am also a citizen of the nation. I'm a citizen of the nation. If you do not learn to respect one another with the differences, and why do I say differences? We will never be the same. Amongst each religion or each denomination, there will be differences. And then there's bigger differences between the different faiths. Among the Muslims, there are denominations. Not all are one. Sometimes you sit and as you are thinking, I do spend a certain time of the day to find out what's going on. I have a very good FYP. You know what's an FYP? Yes. See, the older people who are sitting near the front probably don't know. The younger ones at the back and the even younger ones at the top, you know what I'm talking about, right? So, when you use your phone in the correct way, normally what is suggested to you by artificial intelligence are watching. We cannot deny we are living in an age of social media. I cannot tell you to not be on social media, but I want to start off by congratulating all those who are creating beneficial content. We need you. We need you. If you are creating beneficial content that is helping someone, I've seen so much content. People are telling others how to earn money, how to do business, how to earn the pleasure of Allah, something religious, something to do with empowering others. Wallahi, I congratulate you. You are the hidden gems who are on social media using it for the right reasons. So we can never say that we condemn social media in totality, because not to be on it is missing out on your generation. That's what it is. But to be disciplined and to know how to use it and what you want to use it for is what we are trying to remind you to do. For example, there are some. I remember a sister who told me I lost my job because of my hijab. Now you and I know hijab, for a lot of those who are Muslim, it's a struggle at times, especially in an environment in the Western world sometimes where perhaps, as much as they may say freedom, freedom, there are perhaps more freedoms in our nations than some other nations where they claim it, but they will fire you from your job for just wearing a piece of cloth on your head. I want to shout out to those sisters, congratulations to you for standing up for what you are. Just like it is a sacrifice to stand up for who you are, in whatever way it may be. I love the way I look, and I want to tell you, liberation, true independence, is to love yourself how your maker made you, with your hair, with your complexion, with your height, with your size, with everything that you have come with as a package. Learn to look in the mirror and say, I love myself the way my Lord made me. That is the day you have been released and you are independent. For as long as you are enslaved by wanting to look like someone whom you are not going to go very far in life. Learn to love yourself. This is me. Those who love me for who I am, I love you back. Those who don't, I used to say fly a kite. I've run out of kites. Don't fly anything. You can go to hell. How can you dislike a person that the Lord who made you has made? Brother, I love you how you are. I will not maltreat you based on what you look like and what you've chosen. I, for one, do not judge anyone who appears in front of me, no matter how they appear, because I want there to be hope. This is a person, they are being themselves. Am I being myself? Why should I swear them, insult them, and belittle them? If I need to guide them, because perhaps, maybe, I might want to tell them there is a better way that I believe that you can dress. It can happen sometimes. We have our children, young children are telling their parents, who gives you the right to tell me how I should dress? Now they come to me as a counselor and say, you are going around telling people to be themselves. Here is my daughter. She doesn't want to wear anything. And she is telling me, Sheikh Mufti said that, you know what? I said, wait, hang on. You are a parent. You have been given a position by God Almighty. He says He has created those children through you. He chose you. None of us here chose our parents, but Allah chose them. In fact, I want to say one other thing, very interesting. None of us are on earth because we asked to be on earth. Is anyone from amongst you here because you said you want to be here on earth? No. You were brought here by force. Am I right? In the same way you are going to go back by what? By force. Whether you like it or not, you have to go back. So who brought you? Someone. Who's going to take you back? The same someone. Who is He? The Creator. He chose a path for you to come on earth. Those who are connected to you have a right to guide you with love. Today we spoke about addictions. One of my colleagues, Brother Wail, he spoke about addictions. What is he talking about? Losing yourself. Sometimes losing yourself. You lose focus from reality and you've now focused on something that is not real. When it gets to a point where you have unplugged from reality, then you are heading in a direction perhaps that is destructive. So if you are using social media to lead people astray, my brother, my sister, you need help. Even if you're making money out of it, that money will not be blessed because you are using the platforms that the Almighty has given you to lead people astray. Today we are struggling because we are living in an age of immorality. And when we say, what is immoral? Guess what? The answer of it is changing every year. There are things that were not acceptable last year that are becoming acceptable this year. And there are things that are not acceptable today. After a year or two, they will be more acceptable. And there are things that were considered totally taboo in the past. Today, it's considered recommended, astaghfirullah. And sometimes there In fact, there are a few things that have just come to my mind. Look, I tell you. My mother, my grandmother, I can never imagine them in a top and a trousers. Never. I'm not saying it's wrong to wear a top and a trousers, but it's how you wear it that would show the world that this is a different generation altogether, right? When they wore clothing, no one told them anything. But what was a norm there, and what was considered taboo, what was considered wrong, became considered as okay in the next generation. The problem is that when we move from here to the next one, what's going to happen? Wallahi, I was in a country a few days ago, without mentioning it because what I'm about to say is not so nice. A very advanced first world country, and there was a lady walking totally naked. Totally. And you know what? I didn't notice her, but the driver told me, he just said, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And I thought he was about to bump someone, but I didn't get the brake. And I said, what happened? He said, there was an absolutely naked woman walking across. I said, you know, maybe she's not well in her mind. He says, no, they have a right to walk like this. Now they just come out and they say, they just walk, you know. So I remember the story. The story of Astaghfirullah. Would you like to hear it? They say there was a man, it's a true story. He visited a country where there is a beach. Now you know the beach is a problem because why? In some places they have a new beach. You just remove everything and do whatever you need. Look, with all due respect, we as believers, we have a dress code. I'll be honest with you, we as believers, we have a dress code, we are proud of it, we stick to it, we actually have paid a price for having stuck to our own dress code. We are believers. As much as we will not impose our faith on someone else, but we have a right amongst in our circles to discuss the matter and to be able to encourage our children and everyone else to live on that level of morality. So anyway, this visitor came from a Muslim country, and he is never used to seeing nudity of that nature. So what happened is, every time his eyes fell on something he was not supposed to see, what did he do? What did he do? What he's supposed to do? Lower his gaze. So he said, Astaghfirullah, and he looks down. Right? So the driver was quite surprised. Pleasant surprise. Astaghfirullah, looks down. So the next day, the driver was with him, same thing happened. He said Astaghfirullah about 10 times. Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah. And then the driver noticed it started getting on the driver's tongue. So what happened is on the third day, the driver saw something and he said, Astaghfirullah. This brother says, wait. So, which means he started becoming accustomed to now looking. You lower your gaze once, you lower your gaze twice, you lower your gaze thrice, you lower your gaze 4 times. After that, what happens? It becomes tough. You and I are living in a time on earth where the East and the West have differed on the dress code. They have differed. And where certain cultures are trying to impose their worldview on the rest of the world and saying that if you don't adopt this worldview, you are actually backward. We are here to tell you, please stick to your own morality and your values and hold them dear and close to you, because those that were taught by Jesus and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and Moses, may peace be upon them all, are morals and values that are very high. They will carry you into the hereafter, into paradise, whereas there are chunks of people who don't even believe that there is a hereafter, and we tend to follow them. Where is Muhammad in your life? Where is Jesus in your life? Where is Moses in your life? May peace be upon them all. May peace be upon them all. We are people with high values and morals. I am standing here. I am so well dressed. They ask me, why do you wear a skirt? I say, to inspire the sisters. If I can wear one, why not? Obviously, that is just said on a lighter note In my country, Zimbabwe, when they see me, you can ask Sheikh Umar, they say, Jesus. What does that mean? That means Jesus has come. They say this man looks like it because we are dressed according to what we were taught. Right? This is the dress code of those who would like to get closer to the Almighty. It is not a compulsory thing to wear as a Muslim. No. Islam does not tell you wear this or that. It tells you what to cover and how to cover it, and then it gives it to you. Do it how you want. You cover. That's it. You are a good person.